So I wanted to talk about a few things that will ease our journey to consuming water right amounts and also in the right way, because the both are actually connected. So one more thing happened when I cycled to the ashram. The going was fine because it was a little bit cooler, but when I was coming back it was definitely like very hot. And not just that, I had spent 4 hours in the ashram, which is pretty much in the heat, right? There's not much AC in the ashram. And I typically didn't end up drinking enough water, even though I carried my little water container, so I should have ideally just drunk enough water. So I wanted to do this video on water because I earlier did something on the whole Jain thinking about water and why it's very sacred, but while all those more loftier aspects about these substances is fine, one very practical and important aspect is that we do need to drink enough water, and that right now I am going through because yesterday I really didn't drink enough water and I ended up cycling and stuff. And my health really did go down, and I've already been struggling with health for the last 1 year actually, and things are much better now because the fact that I could cycle to ashram and come back, that itself is really good for me, because my health was absolutely pathetic for last 1 year. But the water part really did me in. I mean, I really crashed afterwards, and like yesterday I felt I couldn't really drink water properly is because my water setup in this new house is not a good one. I had water, but one is I am boiling all the water. The second thing is that I don't have my water container, which I just open a tap and drink it. When I'm living alone, I've realized one big thing is how we manage the water, because somehow in the house, because there are 3-4 people and one person will take up that job of just keeping the matkas full. So then we just keep drinking from the matka, and it's kind of taken for granted. Or sometimes you have that RO filter with the tap, then that's also much more easier process. Though it makes me a little queasy, the amount of plastic and RO itself. And now in this new house, I'm very clear I need to set up the water process. So I've ordered 1 jug. I need to get another jug from one of the shops I saw and get all that thing in place, so that there is a process. And then I have to put a discipline for myself that every single day in the morning hours I need to do the whole thing of filling the jugs, keeping it ready and all that stuff. So that is the first point I want to make, that the water container, the way you keep it, you bring some kind of a positivity to it. That is a really great way, because then when you're running low on water and all within your mind, you will want to go to that place. You will get a good feeling in your heart when you take that water. Not to mention that just doing the sattvic, like if you put a flower on the water container or something, vibhuti or something, it's definitely gonna impact the water quality. And within the traditional Indian culture, this knowledge is very much again and again it is iterated that the water you have to treat in a certain way. And so definitely the water place that we have in our house needs to be of a certain kind with certain amount of positivity to it. So that's something I'm working on, and once all my stuff comes, I'll show you all also what I've done. And that of course includes where you're storing the water and all. Typically, of course, in Isha they talk about using copper containers. Another very good alternative is the matkas, the mud matkas that Gujarati people use. That's also a beautiful one. And of course the third one is glass, is what a lot of people are using, and I see some value in that. I'm planning to use glass actually, because copper I can't use. Silver is another option, but then that's expensive, and also I don't know where to get it actually. But also the expense right now I don't want to expend. And matka is great, it's just that right now, because I'm going through all the cooling problems, my hypothyroid and all, they're all making my body cold, so I don't want cold water, and so matka I am ruling out for now. But I do have some jars of matka, like mud clay jars and stuff, so eventually I could use those. So that's about keeping and how to store the water. The second thing is that one thing that's really been helping me in the last 10-15 days is I'm using this thing they call detox water. They basically put some kind of a herb or something, spice in it, and leave it for some hours, and it actually does definitely change the taste of the water. It feels very, very nourishing. So the detox water works really well for me, especially at this time when I am going through some health stuff. So I'm putting all kinds of things, because I don't all the time have some specific, like a lot of them put oranges or something, or cucumbers or mint leaves. I may not have those. Then I'm putting I'm even putting spices like cloves, nutmeg and things like that, and we will always have those in the house. and they have a long shelf life also, so it's very easy to have that kind of a system. Of course, another option in detox water is the medicine water that we get in a lot of South Indian places. It's a very local culture. They put some kind of a medicine and they boil the water, and then it is that medicated water we get. So that's also very beautiful, and it's a little warm if we have it. That's wonderful. In fact, in Sadhguru Sanidhi, Bangalore, there's one water cooler which is a water heater actually. You get herbal hot water. So if you just fill your glass and have from there, you get, it's not too hot, it's like lukewarm herbal water with that medicine in it. It's very lovely. And then the other thing that Sadhguru has mentioned is when you have water, you hold it in your hands for a few seconds, and you keep really good emotions like a very devotional bhav, and you hold it in your hands, the container, water container. And that of course also helps a lot. I remember at times when water drinking was difficult, doing this really helped, because I held on to it and great emotion and devotional bhav, no? Thinking of your deities and all, and then the drinking becomes much easier. Because this is a problem that's happening. I know even other people who have a lot of health problems, and one thing is your water content is just every now and then you're skipping your water. And it obviously makes the health problem worse, and in general for everyone also it is not suggested. So all of these things really help, and so I'm just sharing these with you. Hope these help you. Let me know if there are other things you are doing with your water. Is anything really helping you significantly? Then please share in comments. It will be like a great repository for everyone to look at the different solutions people are bringing. And yeah, so I do some sadhana related consultations. So if you would like to know more, then please visit my website inspirituality.in and connect with me over there if you're interested. Namaskar.